Jeff Eidem from Belle Plaine, Minnesota. 33 years old. Own a small business out of Minnesota. But what I spend most of my time doing is fishing. One-handed, two-handed, all hands on deck. We're tying a little fly on the leader here. And then it's feeding time for the fishes over here. So we're just gonna do a little demonstration.
Right on the dinner plate. So give you a little idea of the distance here.
Guess it's a little harder than I thought.
Oh, there it is.
One of the reasons I'd be a perfect fit for this show is just my vast knowledge and experience of different situations in the fishing world. Techniques, I've used hundreds of them. Fish, I've caught thousands of them. Species, hundreds of them. I mean, there's no end to where I can go with my fishing, and I think that this show will not only showcase that, but also help me to catch a few more on my list. I've done a lot of fishing all over the U.S., traveled north to south, east to west, from Alaska in the saltwater and the fresh. Lake Erie, both in the lake and in the tributaries. The Florida Gulf, spent a lot of time fishing there. I do a lot of ice fishing in the winter. Fly fishing is one of my extreme passions. The local stuff that I've done around Minnesota, lakes and rivers. I've been out west of Montana fly fishing as well. From the Texas Gulf all the way to back home and right next door to Wisconsin. As far as having a competitive nature, I grew up competitive. I played 18 years of competitive hockey. If me, you, and the puck are going into the corner, I'm sorry, you're not coming out with it. That's just the bottom line. Some of my other interests, I like to duck hunt, and I like to deer fish. I'd say my strengths are gonna obviously be, what we live around, my lakes and our rivers. It's what we fish mostly. They're the closest, and they cost the least to get to and to explore. Both fly fishing in rivers, lakes, and as well as all the stuff we do out of the boat in the surrounding areas. So those are kind of, and anything fly fishing is going to be to my strong suit. I've done saltwater, freshwater fly fishing. It's a couple of my real strengths are hanging behind me on the wall here: steelhead and walleye. Weaknesses go, I'd say I don't have much experience noodling. I mean, there's not a ton of people that do. Spearing, haven't done much of that. Or, lobster trapping. I mean, who gets to do that? And if you do lobster trap a lot, good for you. But I could, up in a lake in Montana, you might have a trouble lobstering up some lobsters up in a lake in a mountain stream. Is a lot different than noodling in Oklahoma or something to that nature. Being a thrill seeker, I mean that comes with fishing. Fishing's thrilling, and doing the activities that you want to do while fishing are even more thrilling. Like tying a bimini when you're going in 14-foot waves at 30 miles an hour, that's pretty thrilling. I've also worked up on cell phone towers, building, climbing, worked 300 feet off the ground every day. Not a big deal. If you give me a rod and reel or a spear and say jump off the boat, I'll make something happen. Or a gig, let's get some lobster. Doesn't matter. I'm just ready for anything that you can throw at me. So good luck finding something that I can't do. My friends talk to me about fishing. I'd say one word that comes to mind is jealousy. They just want to catch as many fish as I've caught. And and I have no problem showing them the techniques and skill that I've used to catch those, and hopefully can bring them all on. And I'd rather take pictures of them catching fish as opposed to me, because that's what it's all about. A couple of guys out having fun, catching fish, and having the time of your life. Shouting! If you guys are looking for a charter captain or a guide that may be good at one thing in his field, and I will be quite honest, he could probably beat me in his home lake at that particular situation, and he should if he's making money at it. I don't make money at fishing, but I guarantee you, if I make it on this show, I'm not just going to turn it into the top hooker, I'm going to turn it into the Chantel Williams show. Shouting!